This is how screwed this country is. Have a look at this.
Christmas markets are back, and already I've got people asking me, do you want to go to the Christmas markets? Should we do the Christmas markets? Do you want to go around the Christmas markets? Do I fuck?
We're coming up to that time of year again where every fucker on the internet likes to judge parents on how little or how much they spend on their kids.
Do you know what we need to talk about in this country? We are getting ripped off. We're getting ripped off. We're having our pants pulled down by the price.
Booking all of the kids' Christmas events. I booked one, and this is for 2 adults and 3 children. It was £180. Can you tell me why it cost me £30? £30!
I have saved that for about 6 months to have my hair done. And they put a spray on my hair. £20 for that spray.
That's literally a 3 days all-inclusive holiday to Mallorca, flights and accommodation.
I'm sorry, but when did ice skating get so expensive? Because I've just dropped my daughter off, yeah? It's cost me £18 British for her to go ice skating.
Name something that is wildly more expensive than you ever imagined when you became an adult. I'll go first. A kitchen bin.
Came to get ice cream. The Haagen-Dazs is £7. Extortion.
Welcome back to Broken Britain, where we say what real people are feeling, not what politicians wish we'd say. And today we're talking about something every family is feeling right now. Christmas has become unaffordable. Every year, everything gets more expensive. But this year, it's like Britain is actively daring people not to celebrate. Christmas shopping used to be stressful. Now it's terrifying. Kids' toys are priced like luxury electronics. Christmas dinner costs more than a weekend holiday. Wrapping paper is somehow £6, and even the budget range looks like it was priced by someone who hates working people. Parents are walking through shops doing silent maths in their heads. People are cutting down gift lists, cancelling plans, and pretending everything's fine just to protect their kids from the truth. Britain has made Christmas impossible. So hit that subscribe button, because today on Brit Rants, we're asking the real question: how did the season of joy turn into a season of financial panic?
Christmas markets are back, and already I've got people asking me, do you want to go to the Christmas markets? Should we do the Christmas markets? Do you want to go around the Christmas markets? Do I fuck? For a start, none of them sell anything good. It's always like little clay houses and little German wooden dolls and fridge magnets with your name on. Merry Christmas, Grandma. I've bought you a slice of Bavarian fudge. Best of luck getting through that with your NHS dentures. And most important of all, how expensive is it? £11 for a little cup of Blossom Hill that they've heated up in a microwave. Sorry, Glühwein. And I know what idiots in the comments will be saying. They'll be going, oh, it just makes me feel really Christmassy. Mate, you are drinking in a wooden shed in somewhere that's a car park 11 months of the year. What about that is festive? I'll tell you what Christmas markets are. They are car boot sales for middle class people. Except instead of spending 50p on a pirate DVD of a film that came out 15 years ago, you're spending £27 on a candle that smells like Rudolph's piss.
Name something that is wildly more expensive than you ever imagined when you became an adult. I'll go first. A kitchen bin. Are you taking the piss? How much? For anything that doesn't resemble a bucket, you're talking £70, mate. Minimum. I've seen bins for 250. Nah. So what else? What else? What else is far too expensive for what it is?
I'm sorry, but when did ice skating get so expensive? Because I've just dropped my daughter off, yeah? It's cost me £18 British for her to go ice skating, plus £2.50 to hire the skates. That the skate price isn't even included in that, yeah, now. If I want to spectate and watch, another £2.50, and I've got to pay for parking. Sorry? How do people afford more than one child? And I've given her a tenner to get something to eat and have a drink. My mum used to drop me off at ice skating. No, I'm talking about years ago, and I know the cost of stuff has gone up, yeah, but I used to be at ice skating all day for a tenner. That's like with a drink. Skates are included. I honestly don't get it anymore. I don't get how people are affording it. Like, back in my day, I used to do stuff all the time. My mum always used to pay for me to go swimming, bowling. It was cheap. Now, like, I'm down 30, 35 quid just for her to go ice skating with her friends for a couple of hours. Honestly, I'm shooketh. I knew things had gone up, but that's crazy prices. How it's still going, costing that price, is beyond me. I don't know about it. This is just my rant for today, but if you've got more than one child, I salute you, because that is extortionate. And I don't begrudge her doing anything. Like, she can go and do stuff, but people are taking the piss. Anyway, have a nice day.
You know when people complain about how expensive it is to travel outside London by train, I always like to agree with them, and I'm always like, yeah, it's actually so expensive, but I never really done any research to see how expensive really is until now. I have a job in Manchester next week, and I make sure to tell them that I need my travel expenses covered, because when I work outside London, it's just, yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, don't worry, we included the £500 travel allowance. I messaged my friend like, girl, these people think I'm taking Uber helicopter, because why they gave me so much allowance? I tried to book my train last night. Let me just show you. Hold on. 386 British pounds. That's literally a 3 days all-inclusive holiday to Mallorca, flights and accommodation. £400 for me to may or may not get on a train that may or may not be cancelled, and I may or may not get a seat. Are you normal? 400 British pounds. I don't understand, what kind of train is that? Is it taking me there in 15 minutes? Is it Manchester, USA? Like, where am I going? I don't understand what could possibly be worth. It's not even first class. God, Lord. Because I did think for a second, like, oh my God, they give me £500. I can book a first class. I genuinely don't understand, what am I paying for that's so expensive? Like, and how is that normal? You know how cheap the trains are in Europe? And don't even get to me about like, yeah, but these are more. No, they're not. What is it? The train is cancelled every other day, or like, I don't understand. What makes it so expensive? Because I actually need to be there early morning, so I will have to take a train during rush hour. But it does not matter what time of day I'm taking the train. Nothing is worth £400.
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to share with you an experience today. Rip off Britain, definitely, in this such economical crisis going on, cost of living crisis. I have saved that for about 6 months to have my hair done properly in a salon, because I am now 42 and I have grey hair coming through, and box dye I can keep putting on, but I thought it might be nice to sort of transition back to blonde, and so that makes it easier for me to manage the greys as I go older. So I went in about 6 months ago and had my hair cut. Then I had to have a patch test. Then I had to go back and have my hair cut, and then I had to book a consultation to discuss what I needed to have done. And then I was quoted about £165, £170 to have a full head of highlights, to transition back to blonde. And that was what I was told. So 6 months later, I'm now booked in today, and I have said to them that I do like the darker hair, so maybe not a full blonde, but definitely two-tonal blonde. We can do the highlights and go forward from there. Well, when the colour came off and they'd finished and blow dried, I won't lie, I was a little disappointed, because I didn't have blonde, which is what I wanted in this dark. I wanted the blonde highlights to shine out, but instead I've got this sort of like caramelly color, brassy highlights, which looks great. I love it, but I would have preferred blonder. And then I went to go and pay. Well, £220 later, I'd already said no to the shampoo that they tried to sell me, no to the treatment that they tried to put on, no to the Brazilian blow wave shot that they tried to sell me, no. When I queried why it was so much, it's because they break everything down, which is not, they don't tell you that. So you have to have a full head of highlights, then you have to pay for the tints, then you have to pay for the toner, and they put a spray on my hair. £20 for that spray. Rip off Britain.
We're coming up to that time of year again where every fucker on the internet likes to judge parents on how little or how much they spend on their kids. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I just come across a video of a mum starting her video off by saying, how much do you spend on your kids? I've just spent £50 and I think I'm done. And I was like, shit, the fucking comments on this. So I scrolled all the way to the bottom, and of course there were people going, oh, try harder, fucking, that's not good enough, £50, blah, blah, blah. Why do you give a fuck what people spend on their kids? I'm pretty sure if she turned around and said, yeah, I'd spent £5,000 on my kid, you'd have something to say about that as well. Where's the happy medium for you, eh? And what makes your happy medium the right one? Like, I don't have a budget. I buy my kids what I fucking want to buy them, okay? I don't give a fuck. I also don't put it everywhere for everyone to see, but that's just a me thing. I couldn't care less. I don't care if I see a mum post up 50,000 presents around the tree and then feel bad about it. I don't give a fuck what you do. Like, I've seen over the years so many mums going, oh, this has made me feel bad now. Not personally to my posts, but to others. I just think, how is that mum's fucking problem? I don't know whether I'm just being a bit too savage about it, but like, how you've took offence to that isn't that mum's problem, okay? I don't give a fuck whether a mum spends 50 quid or 5,000, okay? I'm not slightly arsed. It makes no difference to my fucking day, does it? And can I just add as well, I think I would hate for a post that I put up that made another mum feel like shit. I really wouldn't want to put something out there that made someone feel like crap. But ultimately, this is my motherhood. So it's my time to do what I want to do. But I don't really post up. I mean, I post up our travelling. There could be lots of mums on here that watch this and think, oh, she's going on holiday again. I don't know. Maybe there is, I'm not sure. But I think people should just care less. That's the aim of this post, is just care less. Please. Do you, be happy with what you've done, know that you're doing your best, and just don't give a shit, okay? Like, I don't give a crap.
Do you want to know what's truly infuriated me today? No, I'm gonna fucking tell you anyway. I was up till 1 AM this morning booking all of the kids' Christmas events, because if I don't, I'll get serious mum guilt. Let's not go there. Anyway, I spent £500, and I always allow about that anyway for all of the events. Anyway, for example, I booked one, and this is for 2 adults and 3 children. It was £180. Can you tell me why it cost me £30? £30! 30 goddamn pounds for what? Yes, I'm watching them have fun and making memories, but come on, £30. Right, I fully get the kids. Kids was like £40, but they are making gingerbread man, so they're scranning on the gingerbread man while we just watch. I want to make a gingerbread man too. Then they will go and make reindeer food. Then they'll toddle along and sit on Santa's lap and tell him everything that they want for Christmas. And then they get given a token, and then they walk into this big magical like toy shop and pick a toy. Where's mine? Like, do I not deserve a Gillian chocolate box, or just give me a selection box for 89 pence? What about a coffee? And just something to make me feel like I have got something. There was another one that I booked, and it was a soft play farm, blah blah blah, and that cost me £25, me, and £25 for my husband. And apparently that's to cover the roller skating and the big inflatable friggin' obstacle course. 1, I'm 40 in a couple of months, and I am certainly not doing roller skating. I will break my fucking back. 2, again, I am nearly 40 years old. I have had 7 children. I'm going to piss myself on that inflatable obstacle course. And none of these places have a drop and run policy. I would happily drop my kids off and fucking run. But apparently it's not a thing. Do you know what though, all jokes aside, I am really lucky that I can afford all of this, and yes, I'm going to bitch about it, but I'm still going to pay it. But some people might genuinely have the money for their kids to go, but that 40, 50, 60 pound that they're paying for the adult determines whether they take their kids or not. Stop being greedy pricks.
I charge my family for their Christmas dinner. Does anybody else? So because my house is not big enough, we are having Christmas at my mum's, but I am buying everything and I am cooking everything. And I do charge them, yes. Christmas dinner this year will be £20 per head. Not for the children though. The children will be half price at £10. And I've come to this conclusion because you're going to have a luxury dinner made by me. It's going to include, you know, like turkey, beef, pork, Yorkshire puddings, mashed potatoes, roast potatoes, honey glazed carrots, honey glazed parsnips. You've got air fried spouts. You've got your gravies, you've got all your sauces, you've got all your vegetables. I'm going out, pigs in blankets. And my family know that my dinner is worth it. So yes, they do and they will pay for it. I'm going to be spending my time cooking and preparing everything, which it takes a long time. So yes, I am going to charge them. And I think that it is only fair they can sit down and chill out and have an amazing, beautiful dinner cooked by myself. Does anybody else charge their family for their Christmas dinners? It's got to be done. It's got to be done. We're in a cost of living.
If, like a lot of people, you don't have much money or no money left at the end of every month, but you have managed to pay your rent, your mortgage, your bills, you've put food on the table, you've contributed to a household, and you've looked after your family or yourself, and you're surviving, then be proud, okay? Don't feel ashamed for not having much money because there is a massive cost of living crisis in the world right now. As long as you've covered the basics and you've got a roof over your head and food on the table, that does not make you a loser. That means you are doing well and you're getting your priorities right. You're not blowing your money on crap you don't need and then being broke at the end of every month. So be proud of yourself, guys. Life's hard right now for everyone, but the fact you got through it and you've paid up, that's all you need to worry about.
Do you feel like you've got less money in your account every month? I read a report the other day about living standards in Northern Ireland and how people in Northern Ireland are far less likely to be able to afford to go out and socialise, to afford unexpected bills, to afford a week's holiday. And the report also said that we have less trust in our politicians. And I think the link between those two things is very clear. When we see our politicians, we see very clearly that they don't want to work together and they don't want to work together to make our lives better. So of course we don't trust them, and of course we have lower living standards. Then if they can't agree on things like an energy policy to reduce people's energy bills that would really help with the cost of living, if they can't agree to do that, what are they doing? Why would we trust them, and why would our living standards be any better?
Do you know what we need to talk about in this country? We are getting ripped off. We're getting ripped off. We're having our pants pulled down by the price of electricity. It's an absolute liberty. So yesterday, in my one-bedroom flat, I used a grand total of £10 of electricity. All right, it's cold outside. We know that. England gets cold in the winter, right? But £10 is a rip-off for 24 hours of electricity. Now, I'm quite fortunate. I run a business which generates a decent wage for me and my missus, right? But there's people out there on average wages. My mum, for example, I know how much disposable income she gets a month, and it ain't a lot. So £10 a day is 300 quid a month. 300 quid a month on electricity. We're getting our pants pulled down by the people who run the energy firms in this country, and it's an absolute liberty, I'll be honest with you. And bear in mind, I live in a one-bedroom flat, and I've spent a tenner in 24 hours on electricity. Imagine if you live in a 3-bedroom house. You must be spending so much money on electricity. We are absolutely getting our pants pulled down by the electricity firms, and I don't think people talk about it enough. We're getting ripped off. £10 for 24 hours of electricity is a lot of money. 300 quid a month. Think about that. £300 a month. Let me know in the comments what you think.
I've run out of money and got £1 to my name. I live in the UK where the vegetables are completely legal and the food is extremely cheap. So come spend the day with me, see how cheap the food really is in the UK. Right, I'm in Canary Wharf today where the food down here is banging, so check it out. Look at this, we got fried chicken over there for just £1. And we also got some actual meals for just £1.50 over here. But I know the UK can do a lot cheaper than that, so let's go for a little walk to see if we can find anything cheaper. I saw you lot enjoyed the UK content yesterday, so if you enjoy it, yeah, make sure you double tap and hit that follow button, because there's going to be daily UK content coming just for you. Check that chicken out, that looks fire. So I'm outside Costco right now, and they've got a couple of food carts outside the front. Let's take a look. This chicken on a stick is literally like 20p. That only came up to 50p, so let's go into Costco, see what we can get for 50p. Right, I'm gonna grab a bottle of Coke for 50p. This is what living in the UK is really like, man. If you like this type of content, make sure you double tap and follow me for more UK content.
Don't watch my sunglasses yet because it's winter. I don't know what it is. Autumn, winter, summer. I don't know what this is. But that's not working. Okay, listen. I spent £1.05 on this. £1.05. That's not the king size. That's the regular size from Co-op. £1.05. That's how much I spent on a damn Snickers. Now, I don't know who's more fool. More fool me for paying for that, or more fool everybody else, because what is going on? £1.05 for a Snickers. That's insane behavior. What is going on?
This is how screwed this country is. Have a look at this. So one bag full of shopping and the Jaffa cakes on the end. Here's the thing. One bag full of shopping. Pause this video, chuck it in the comments right now. How much one bag of shopping came to? And it won't even last us, probably last us what, till about Wednesday, something like that?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we could fucking have.
So, let me know in the comments below. Pause it. So now you've paused the video. Now you've put the comment below how much you think it is. This is the price. £57.46 for one bag. And may I add, within there, there's loads of reduced stuff as well. Which, as I stated, will last us probably 3 days, maybe 4 days. One bag. And that's where we are with the country. Shocking, isn't it?
Now, Australia versus the UK, which country actually comes out on top when it comes to the cost of living? This is one question that I get asked all the time, and for me there is a clear winner, and that is Australia. Now, whilst there is a few little things here and there that are cheaper in the UK, in general, I think the cost of living in Australia is so much better, mostly because Australia pay a very good wage. Just for example, the current job I'm working, I'm getting paid about $33 an hour. If I was doing that exact same job in the UK, I would be getting maybe just over $20 an hour. Even though Australia is still an expensive country, for me, when you change it into pounds and also you consider the wage, I think Australia's cost of living is way better than the UK.
Went to my first job this morning and my client says, "Oh, we have a new sports car, if you've noticed." And I was like, "Oh, no, right, I hadn't," which I hadn't noticed. So just being polite, I'm like, "What is it? What car is it?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a BMW," whatever it was. And I'm thinking, you know, as respectfully as I can be about this, I don't fucking care. Why would I care what fucking car you're driving? Especially when it's a BMW, when you can clearly see my 56 plate Vauxhall Corsa that cost me 500 quid. I don't even know how my car's even still working. The fucking head gasket's gone. It's got a temporary repair on it. I actually don't know how it's still going. It'd be really easy for you to listen to this and be like, "No, you're just jealous." Which I'm going to preempt and say, actually, that's really intellectually lazy of you to just come to that conclusion. But I digress. Whatever happened to reading the fucking room? And let's just address the topic of money. Like, if I had money, like some of my clients have money, fuck me, what I'd do with it. I'd buy a farm, a big fucking farm, and I'd retire all the animals, and they'd just chill. I'd set up a charity, and the animals would just chill, and I'd use however much money I had. Like, if I had like millions, I would just fucking rescue animals. I'd rescue donkeys, dogs, cats, sheep, reptiles, cows, pigs, whatever. So, like, do I care that you've got a brand new fucking sports BMW when you consider the cost of living crisis, the wealth gap widening, the middle class is just, like, this guy is middle class. He's not like some fucking upper old money type. He's middle class. Your fucking class is disappearing, mate. Anyway, I just wanted to come and say that. I'm having a nice walk. I love trees. Look at this. Beautiful. Anyway, peace out.
Morning. I'm on my way to the gym before rehearsals, but apparently I'm also explaining the energy price cap today because Ofgem just dropped a bombshell. Everyone's asking the same thing today. If it's a price cap, why is it going up again? Let me explain. First of all, the energy price cap isn't a cap on your total bill. It's simply the maximum suppliers are allowed to charge per unit on a standard variable tariff. So when Ofgem says the cap is rising, what they mean is the unit price you pay for gas and electricity is going up, not a fixed amount you personally pay. And here's the key bit. The cap keeps changing because it's based on wholesale energy costs, which move constantly. Ofgem reviews these costs every 3 months, January, April, July and October, so the cap moves with the market. It's still a cap because suppliers can't charge more than the limit, but it's not a guarantee of cheap energy. It's just a safety net. If you want to avoid being stuck on whatever the cap becomes, you need to be on a proper fixed deal. They're often cheaper, and yes, I can help that. Message me your postcode and current supplier, and I'll check today what your new rates would be. Oh, it's my price cap.
For the last 14 days, I've only eaten food that's either been grown in Britain or caught by British fishermen, etc, etc. I'm going to tell you what's good about it, what's bad about it, and how much it all costs. It costs a lot. The good things about it are having to connect more with the seasons of how things are grown. It's good to know that my money's being going to British food producers. And when I went searching for a wider range of products, I started to find some really lovely, high quality British food. Fresh seafood, British cheeses, in-season tomatoes and strawberries, all of these things are amazing. And it's very easy to buy British produced meat, fish, eggs and dairy in most high street supermarkets. A lot of those things are largely British produced. The downsides are having to eat locally and seasonally. I can eat melons again now. I can buy bananas. I can buy bread that's been produced with different grains. I can buy breakfast cereal again. I'm a sucker for convenience. I like batch cooking. I like things being available in the shops. I enjoy the wide varieties of food that are available. And I don't think I'm alone in that either. Some of the things that I wanted, such as breakfast cereal or bread, are not commonly made with all British ingredients. I could make them with all British ingredients. It's not a simple case of walking to the supermarket and buying. My friendly local baker very kindly made some all British bread for me, but otherwise I would have had to have started making my own bread and started making my own breakfast cereal. I have breakfast cereal in the cupboard and I eat it occasionally because it's an exceptionally quick and easy breakfast. If I have to spend an hour or two making it every few weeks, then it no longer becomes a quick and easy breakfast. Same goes for bread. And the other downside is store cupboard ingredients. Almost any dry or long life goods are not British made. Like, honestly, it's insane how much of that stuff is produced with international ingredients. Obviously spices were completely unavailable. I didn't even find any British grown garlic in any of the shops that I visited. I know we produce it in the UK, but no one seems to be selling it. So massively limiting. And perhaps I could have ordered some of these things online, but that would just back up the next point, which is cost. I wanted some vinegar, so I ordered some online. £7 for a bottle, including delivery. I probably could have found some English garlic online to be delivered. Then it would have probably cost me £5 or something. What's a bulb of garlic? Like 40p. And in an effort to get more variety, I went to markets and ended up buying some really lovely foods that were a lot more expensive than I would normally buy. In total, in 14 days, I spent £353.76. But before you jump to any conclusions about how much that is, that includes my shopping trip to Billingsgate Fish Market. And I put a lot of that in the freezer, which is left over, so I need to deduct that. Also, I bought some walnut oil and I bought some vinegar and all of those things. So it's unfair to charge all of that to this. So I'm going to remove the vinegar, the walnut oil. I had one block of cheese I didn't eat. I'm going to remove that. Some honey. I've still got like 3/4 of a jar left. And once I remove all of those things from the cost, it brings it down to £267.56 for 14 days, which is £19.11 per day. Compared to all of the other diets I've done over the last year and a half, that is easily the most expensive. What diet am I going to do next? Answers in the comments.
We've got a dilemma. Right. Came to get ice cream. The Haagen-Dazs is £7. Extortion.
She wants to go half with me.
I said that's half it, but she said
I want my own tub.
And I
don't
said,
want to share nothing like with you.
What was the lie? What was the lie? Yeah. But no one's paying £7 for.
So, what should you do?
Come home.
No ice cream for us then.
Girls, hope you're good. Welcome back as always. Just want to do a little video around town, just going in shopping for all the red and yellow items, just showing you what it's like in our local town and how much things cost. So enjoy. Kisses. See you on the live streams every morning, my friends, at around 8 a.m. UK
Let's have
time.
a look, see what you can find. Something co-op at the minute. 56p.
Still $2.30. Cheapest box of eggs in here. $1.55 members price. That's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. $1.55 is 100% the cheapest box of eggs in this local town. Cheapest price. Members price a quid. Become a member, guys. My quid is £1.75. Or you go cheaper, 25p cheaper for skips, but guys. Co-op done. Grand total there was £4.30. Bag of crisps, box of eggs, pack of rice at a quid, £4.30. And it's been the greengrocers. Some bananas, but aren't too yellow and too splitting. The choice. These look okay. Yeah, they're alright. Onions have gone up 10p. They were £2 the other day. Some blueberries. There's their cucumber there. Look at their cucumber. Real thin and wrapped in plastic. About 89p. Tesco's little reduced bit. Yeah. Bread. Loads of stuff. You just put all these out. Pretty good. £1.82. They reduced quite a lot, to be fair, but how am I? How buddy? Pretty cheap. Well, cheap compared to, but yeah. Alright, if you want to let you some broccoli. Still in Tesco. Some of the other stuff's not bad. £3.43 though. Still pretty dear, man. Some ribs, look. £4.85. Nothing's cheap anymore, mate, is it? Salmon, nearly a fiver. £6.60 for that salmon. What was that? Hot smoked salmon? I used to buy a chicken, guys, at £4.50. £12.
Football prices are an absolute disgrace. So today, Millwall away tickets came out, Boxing Day, right around Christmas. 3,000 tickets have been given to Ipswich fans thinking, all good, I'll go. Little Boxing Day treat. I don't know if you can see that there, but after postage, £39.50 to go to Millwall away. I'm sorry, that is absolutely scandalous. On a day when there's barely any trains running, barely any underground running, it's an absolute awful place to park as well. I think that's absolutely scandalous. And I know it's cut off there, but 3 days later, we travelled to Coventry. I've also been well renowned to be selling tickets for up to 40 quid. Back in the Premier League, 30 quid max, perfect. I don't mind going up to Arsenal and paying 30 quid because I'm seeing a proper football side. I don't want to pay 40 quid to go have to watch Millwall and then 40 quid to go watch Coventry. 3 days after Christmas for both of them. I don't know, boys. I don't know what you think, but I just think it's so unfair to make the football fans in this current climate and economy to have to pay 80 quid. There's going to be limited travel. I don't know. What does everyone think? I think it's just demoralising that people. We need an independent football regulator for ticket prices, or just maximum 25 quid in the Championship, 20 quid in League One, because it's not fair that these clubs, Ipswich do it as well. We need to stop charging this extortionate prices. Just the working class are just getting out. We can't afford it. I don't know. What does everyone think?
Anyone that knows me, right, knows how much that I love Lewis Capaldi. I've seen him quite a few times now, and kind of right at the beginning of his career. I unfortunately didn't win the fight when it came to the tickets being released for this weekend in Glasgow, but I've put like notifications on to see when more tickets have been uploaded. So I went on this morning and like there was tickets. I was like, that's amazing. Then I looked at the price. Like, let me show you what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. Nearly £200 for a ticket. One ticket, like not even both of them, one ticket. So I know this is to do with Ticketmaster and their shitty like on-demand prices. So like the more that concerts on demand, they put the tickets up. And it really angers me. I love music. I love going to gigs. Anyone that knows me, I try and go to as many as I can every year. But these prices are just so unaffordable. Like everyone should be able to go see live music, go and see gigs. But Ticketmaster just makes it impossible when these prices are like this. I'm gutted that I'm not going, obviously, but I cannot justify nearly £400 for 2 tickets. That is like a rent payment for me. Yeah, it's gotten, and when I first seen Lewis, I seen him in SWG3, and I think it was like £20 for a ticket, and that included like a meet and greet as well. And I know that his career's like went off the charts, but still, £200 a ticket is just not feasible. It's not feasible for a lot of people, and it's certainly not feasible for me. So I'm gutted that I'm not going this weekend. I'm sure there'll be many, many more gigs, but yeah, sorry Lewis, I just cannot justify nearly £400 for 2 tickets.
It's Baltic, in Scotland in November, it's cold weather. But we were told by the Labour government that energy prices were going to be cut by £300 per household. They've gone up £200, and they're going up further because the cap's been abolished. Now, I think Scotland's resources should be put to the benefit of the people of Scotland. We should have electricity that's too cheap to meter because we've got all the resources that you can imagine to produce energy with, but we're paying some of the highest prices in Europe. It's not good enough. We're being robbed blind, and the Labour Party that promised change has delivered a worse situation for too many people. So independence in Europe will put the resources of Scotland back in Scotland's hands, and that's what we need to do to actually protect our society and protect our economy, because too many people are struggling right now and it's not good enough. Scotland can do better.
I live in the UK where the vegetables are completely legal. Come spend a day in life with me to see what life's really like out here. But I'm outside my local Premier now, so let's see what we can get for £2. All off for 30p. Feeling a little bit peckish, so I'll give this for £1. You know what? It's warm today. I'm going to get another one of them bottle of waters. That's another 30p. Oh. Total spend £1.60. I get some Oreos for 45p as well. I'm going to wait for my meal to get heated, which was included in the price as well. I am sitting in Hyde Park eating my lunch now. Check the view out. There's my lunch. Hyde Park. You got London in the background. See all these videos on the FYP of people running away to Thailand because apparently it's cheaper, and it's just as cheap and as nice in the UK. Check this out. I'm literally in London, Hyde Park, and look at the weather. Amazing. And the lunch was absolutely fire as well. And the vegetables are completely legal here, whereas in Thailand, they've just made it illegal again. Well, I love living in the UK, man. Double tap if you love living in the UK too. And follow me for more UK content.
So I'm just painting and I was just listening to the radio, and I heard them say that child obesity is like at the highest that it's been ever, I think, in like school-age children, and that they're going to try and limit the amount of like junk food shops that are like close to schools and stop junk food adverts being played like on TV. And I was thinking, are you joking? Is this government stupid or something? Maybe they should look at the cost of living. So I must spend a minimum £70 a week on fruit, especially strawberries. All my kids eat strawberries, and they're like, I think £3.29 or something for like the square punnet of strawberries. I can do a minimum 3 of them a day. Can you imagine for a single mum who probably tries to work like around her kids, so school hours, tops up with universal credit, maybe has 1, 2, sometimes 3 kids, and does a food shop every week. So places like Iceland and farm foods and stuff like that for all your processed and freezer foods is so much cheaper than buying fresh fruit and veg. So I think Iceland do like an offer or something, don't they? Like 10 for £10. You can get chicken dippers, you can get fish fingers, you can get chips, you can get everything. So why would a parent not try and feed her child an actual meal? All right, it might be processed food, it might even be a microwave meal or fish fingers, whatever it might be. But realistically, to financially afford to feed your kids, you're going to do that rather than buying them fruit all week or veg. But I also don't get it. Like, we grow this shit. All right, not everything, something's imported, but we grow like strawberries and stuff. Well, I just don't understand how they're so expensive. So I think before the government judge parents for being crap parents for feeding the kids processed food and everything else, they need to start taking a look at the fact that the cost of living is so bloody high. So of course you're going to feed your kids on chicken nuggets and crap. It's cheaper.
let's talk straight. Christmas hasn't just gotten a bit expensive, it has become a luxury event in a country where most people can't afford basics. Food prices are still around 20 to 25% higher than 2 years ago. Christmas dinner essentials, turkey, potatoes, veg, desserts, are at the highest prices in modern UK history. Kids' gifts, inflated. Clothing, inflated. Decorations, fuel, travel, Christmas markets, all inflated. A small family Christmas now costs some people more than their monthly rent. Then politicians stand there telling us inflation is down. Down where? Because real people can't see it. Real people are choosing between heating the house and giving their kids a Christmas worth remembering. This isn't just a cost of living crisis, it's a cost of celebration crisis, a cost of parenting crisis, a cost of dignity crisis. And the worst part? Big companies are cashing in, raising prices because they can, not because they need to. If Christmas itself is becoming unaffordable, what does that say about the state of our country? Britain needs leadership that puts people before profit, families before margins, and children before corporate greed. Because Christmas shouldn't be a luxury, joy shouldn't be a privilege, and no child should wake up on Christmas morning to the consequences of a broken economy. This is broken Britain, and unless something changes, Christmas will soon be reserved for the wealthy.